The Army Painter is my favorite hobby company in the entire world. My desk is literally full of Army Painter products, and it takes me from being an average painter to putting above tabletop standard models out into the tournament scene. Not only that, but the Army Painter has sponsored more competitive play than any other hobby company in the industry. They allow us to keep doing the things that we do. If you enjoy the Army Painter as much as I do, head over to thearmypainter.com where you can use the discount code ARTOWAR5 to get a discount on your next order.
Wow!
That was a great walk.
That's pretty good. That was the Great Wah.
This is the Great Wah. Today we are reviewing the WOG Orks Detachment Wah Energy.
Tactical Brigade, actually.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, no, we're tactical, we're sneaky, we're cunning. We're also a little brutal, but we're also very brutal, actually, but also very cunning.
And cunning.
Very cunning.
So today we are breaking down the Ork Detachment. It's part of our Grotmas review. We're reviewing attachment every single day for the course of the month. You can catch it if you subscribe right now. Also, we're going to break down lists in the War Room specifically for this Tactical Brigade and play games with them. So you can get 50% off your first month with Grotmas 2024, the promo code in the description below.
GW's given so much to Orks. Listen, we got Wah changed to the command phase finally. Oh my god, we've been asking forever and ever, and finally GW has handed down, here you go. Wah is in the command phase now, and then we get a new detachment as well, and it looks sick.
I never thought I'd see this day. The WOG in the command phase has been such a thing all forever, and now
this edition.
It's here. It's here.
They finally did
here.
it. They finally did it. They finally changed it, so it feels good to use.
GW finally got tactical.
Listen, the difference between Orks going first and second is no longer nearly as stark. All right.
So what does this detachment do for us?
So Tactical Brigade is the Blood Axes one. It's them being sneaky and tactical, as you might in Tactical Brigade. And they got the detachment rule, listen here, all right? Once per battle round in your command phase or after being set up on the battlefield in your movement phase, every boss, snickrot, mech, and war boss model in your army can issue tactics abilities. To do so, select one or two of the tactics abilities below and select a friendly Orks unit within 6 of that unit to issue them to. If you selected 2 tactics, that model must take a leadership test. If failed, the selected unit suffers D3 mortal wounds. So if you select to order twice, your war boss takes a leadership check. And then if it is failed, they didn't command their squad properly, and so they got to break some eds to get them to listen.
It's too tactical, 2 tactics.
That's right. Until the start of your next command phase, the selected unit is affected by the selected tactics. A unit cannot have tactics issued to it in this way more than once per battle round. Tactics abilities cannot be issued to battle-shocked units, and if a unit affected becomes battle-shocked, they cease to affect them. This is orders, but we have a different suite of orders.
We have tactics, Jack.
We have tactics, and you can double up on them if you're willing to take a leadership check to maybe have to crack some meds.
What kind of tactics do we got here?
So, first one is get stuck in. You can reroll charge rolls for the unit. Next one is get on with it. Add 1 to strength characteristic of melee weapons equipped by models in this unit.
Pretty good.
It's not bad. Sneaky stalkin'. Infantry and mounted models, other than Meganobs, have the stealth ability. Apparently, Meganobs aren't sneaky, even if they believe.
The Blood Axes are sneaky, though. This makes sense.
And each time a ranged attack targets this unit, they have the benefits of cover. So stealth that's pretty easy to get also, is pretty good.
Yeah.
Each time an infantry or mounted model in this unit makes a ranged attack, add 1 to the hit roll.
You got some diversity here. You want to run some shooty Orks?
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. None of these are crazy strong, but you're going to have a lot of characters, and they're all going to be issuing 1 or 2 of these orders, and you can stack them in interesting ways, like you can get stealth and +1 strength, or +1 strength and reroll charges. Those are all pretty good, and then you also can get stealth and +1 to hit and shooting, which is
pretty
going
tactical.
to be pretty decent.
Yeah, that's not all his detachment gives you. Aside from enhancements and strats that we'll cover, Stormboys also get the battle line keyword.
Yeah, Stormboy is very good.
As
Very
someone
good
who
unit.
owns 60 Stormboys, this is great.
Yeah, you can even use 60 now, which you couldn't before, but now you definitely can. I think taking more than 3 units of 5 is actually really good skirmish.
Yeah.
So I like that.
And the buffs the tactics give Stormboys are nice. Like +1 strength's a good buff.
Yeah, it's really good. You need to have a character near them, but it's not that hard to do that. In Orks, you want a lot of characters. And I really like the fact that it's in the command phase or after being set up on the battlefield in your movement phase. So that means you can get out of a transport and throw a tactics order down and then go about your turn.
That's awesome.
It's really cool.
It's
really
awesome.
cool. All right, we got Squad Leader, Warboss model only. During the declare battle formation step, the bearer can be attached to a commando's unit, while leading a commando's unit has infiltrators and stealth.
Warboss joined Commandos. This is great.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. Now, right now, technically, you can make a Squig Boss who has the Warboss keyword join Commandos.
Wow.
I imagine that will not last very long. I don't think they saw that coming. Yes, the Beast Boss on Squigosaur has the Warboss keyword.
Well, maybe that'll get addressed. We'll see.
I imagine it will. I don't even know if that's like that crazy.
Yeah, we're just gonna, if that's a thing, then that'll be a thing later.
But the enhancement I'm really excited about here, I'm down Badrook with it, is Mech Captain. 35 points. It can go with a mech, a big mech and mega armor, or more realistically, a big mech with a shock attack gun. During the declare battle formation step, the bear can be attached to a flash gits unit. Each time a model in the bear's unit makes a ranged attack, you can reroll hits.
Flash Gates love them some reroll hits.
Yeah, they do.
And a big mech with shock attack gun also loves him some reroll hits.
Yeah, and then the mech can order them to be +1 to hit.
Oh my goodness. Flash Gates were already good.
They were already good. They were good as like a cheap skirmish fighty sort of way. And now they're also good as how they were before, back before Badrook got. And that was, you had one unit that shot pretty darn hard. And now you have that again. In fact, he shoots even harder.
And you can also just take the tactics for +1 to hit.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I just put that together.
No, the tactics are the +1 to hit.
Jack, I'm cunning. Not as cunning as you.
I know. So that is really good. Like a big mech with shock attack gun shoots hard if he hits on 4s, shoots hard if he hits on 4s and full rerolls to hit. And then the unit will hit on 4s with full rerolls to hit, sustain, +1 shot to their def guns if they are the closest eligible target. And once a game, you get lethals.
Holy guacamole is green. Orcs are good.
Yeah, that unit slams. This unit's amazing.
Man, Orcs shooting.
Yeah.
When Orcs shoot, it's always scary.
Yeah. Also, you can take more big mechs with shock attack guns, put them in Ludas, give the Ludas +1 to hit, and then they full rerolls against objectives.
Yeah, this is. I read that +1 to hit, and I was like, I wonder. And it looks like we got the makings of an actual shooting, at least possibility.
Contingent, of the list, which is pretty dope. And also, the flash gits can be ordered to be stealth as well as +1 to hit, as long as you're willing to take that risk, which is super good. Because that unit with stealth is pretty strong.
Okay, so next up we've got Mork's Cunnin, 15 points. It's for Orc models only. After both players have deployed their army, select up to 3 Orc units from your army and redeploy them. When doing so, you can set those units up in Strat Reserve, regardless of how many units are already in Strat Reserve. It's a good old-fashioned Orc redeploy.
Yeah.
It's solid.
It's before you know who's going first, like every other redeploy in the game.
It can be nice with infiltrators, because you can just like block an area and then leave, or something like that.
Yeah, block an area and back off so you're not risking going first or second. Especially now that you don't have to skew into going first or second because of the law change. Thank you very much.
You can honestly, with Orcs being the archetype that it is, like really like put your Orcs front line center, be like, I'm going to go first and wog at you 50% of the time. And then your opponent might deploy like more reserved and cautious and far back because of the fear. And then you redeploy back to safety. That's a real tactic.
Brief aside, Nick, some of my favorite memories are you deploying like a 10-man aberrant squad 9 inches from my front lines. And I just pretend it doesn't exist and continue setting my stuff up because I know there's no way you leave it there. There's no way Nick has ever taken a 50-50 to like give.
I'm not a crazy person, but some people are.
I'm just like, nah, you're not going to do it. And I just keep putting my units out like Vindicator here. And
I think this is a real tactic. Mork's Cunning.
Yeah, for sure. You can fake people out, or you can block infiltrates, or you can just see where people are and shift where your units are, right?
Yeah, that's
also
you
deployed
nice.
To see down this angle? Sorry, bro, I'm over here now.
You can't tell you the number of times I wish I just had a redeploy.
Yeah, the one downside to this is you can't be in a transport when you do it because it doesn't have a carve out that you get to use it while you're in a transport, so you can't. So you have to have a character that you want to not have in a transport, maybe a beast boss on Squigosaur, but you probably don't want those.
Next up, we've got the Gob Boomer, 10 points.
Gob Boomer.
Gob Boomer. War boss or mech model only. Each time the bear issues tactics, it can do so to a friendly orc infantry or mounted unit within 18 inches instead of 6 inches.
Yep, so you get to issue orders to one orc squad within 18, which is nice to just kind of cover gaps because otherwise it's all 6. Yeah. Like it's all kind of annoying to set up.
6 inches is like not a problem until it's a problem. 18 is just not a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, 18, I like having this because only 10 points, so you put it on somebody you're going to take anyway. And then when they get out of the transport, they can just go, oh, that one unit needs a tactic, and they're not going to get it otherwise. You.
This is really good.
Yeah, this is...
But you're going to take the Gob Boom.
You're probably going to take God Boomer. It really is, do you have somebody to put it on? And sorry, I check notes. This is Orks. You're going to have like 9 characters.
I think the real check is, do you have 10 points left? Because you can't spend it on anything else.
Yeah, and obviously Mech Captain is gross.
Yeah.
It's
You're definitely
really
taking
good.
the captain. Get the captain shooting in here.
Yep. All right. Now we're on to stratagems. We got That's Ours. 1 CP in the command phase. It could be either player's command phase. 1 Orks unit from your army within engage range of 1 or more enemy units. You get +1 OC.
That is great. That's just the perfect timing for that strat. I want to hold this objective. Sorry. And this will get around. It won't get around Battle Shock because you can't use strats.
Correct. So yeah, no, this is just pretty good. +1 OC. Now you'd have to be in combat. If you didn't have to be in combat for this, it would be a really good strat. As it is, it's solid. Because you do have to, there's condition to it, and you might not be able to make that work.
This could be something like an Orc unit charges like a War Dog, doesn't kill the War Dog. The War Dog's OC8, and you're like, actually, my 5 Orcs are now OC10.
Yes, it is really good for that sort of stuff. I like that. And you also have Stormboy missiles, because Stormboys advance and charge natively. So Stormboys can jet around the battlefield, get in combat with rhinos, stuff that isn't going to kill them, and then just go, that's ours.
Yeah. Or like if you have... like a lone survivor or two, you can just have more OC if you want.
Yeah.
This is really good.
No, I like it. It's a good strat.
Fight proper, 1 CP, use it in the fight phase. 1 Orcs infantry or Orcs mounted unit from your army that has not been selected to fight this phase. Select either sustained hits 1 or lethal hits ability. Until the end of the phase, melee weapons equipped by models in your unit have that ability. Sustain 1 or lethal hits. That's great.
Yeah.
That's a good hit.
Orcs have a lot of attacks, so generally sustained is going to be better. Orcs have a lot of attacks, so sustained hits is going to be pretty good.
Yeah. Not like earth shattering, but it's a good strat.
It's a good strat. When you need to amp the damage, you're going to look for ways to do that, and you want to fight proper.
Yeah, it's functionally +1 hit if you pick sustained, or lethal hits is just, let's punch up.
Yep. Tactical retreat. In your movement phase, just after an Orc unit falls back, until the end of the turn, you're able to shoot and declare a charge.
Nice. Yep. Orcs love that strat. The way I beat Orcs right now is largely by tying them up after the WoG turn. And
can't do that.
That's actually really good.
Yeah.
That's tactical. I like this detachment quite a bit.
Yeah. I'll get to what I like most about this detachment actually at the end. But
saving the best for last.
Yeah. But yeah, no, this detachment seems pretty solid. Crunch and Descent. After a Stormboys unit from your army ends a charge move, you pick an enemy unit within engagement range and roll a d6 for every model within engagement range. That's within 1 inch. Base to base of your own models does not count. You have to be within 1 inch of the enemy. On every 4-up, the enemy unit suffers a mortal wound. So basically 1 CP, you become jump pack intercessors in the charge phase.
Look, I hate jump pack intercessors. I hate Stormboys that become jump pack intercessors, and I hate getting charged mortal. This is a great strat for the pocket uses.
I love that it looks like that dude is charging you right now.
He sure is.
That dude is charging you right now.
But he is not a Stormboy.
No, he'll just kill you the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
All right, we got on to the next. Your opponent's movement phase just after an enemy unit falls back. 1 Orcs unit from your army that was in engage range of that enemy unit at the start of the phase can make a normal move of up to 6.
Now we're talking my language.
Yeah.
Some janky Nick tech right here. Some tactical nuance right here. Want to know something cool you can do with this? As your enemy unit falls back, you just go the other direction, hide behind them.
Yeah, they definitely made it sound like the Orcs are going to keep going forward. And I don't think that's how that's going to go at all.
On to the next ruin.
On to the next behind me.
Everyone hides in their castles, right? Everyone hides behind the ruin walls so your big mech captain doesn't shoot them. And then you charge to their side of the ruins, right? And you thump them and crump them and they're dead. And now you just move back to behind the wall after they fall back.
Yeah.
And if they don't fall back, you're still in combat.
Yeah.
That's good.
Absolutely. Or you run onto a center objective, you take it away with, the strat, that's ours. and then they fall back and you're like, I didn't mean it. And you just run away.
Imagine 5 Stormboys charging a Brigand. The Brigand does nothing because it's a Brigand. Then you become OC10. Then it leaves and then you leave.
Yeah, you just run behind a wall.
That's awesome. That is hilarious.
It's really good. It's really good. Then we got Dead Sneaky. End of your opponent's fight phase, a Commandos or Stormboys unit not within engage range of 1 or more enemy units can go into strat reserves.
I love me some up and down, Jack. You know how you be tactical? You draw a tactical card like behind enemy lines on turn 4 and be like, my Stormboy's in reserve. They're going to go there because they picked them up at the end of the fight phase because they dead sneaky.
That's right. And if you go into strat reserves, you can leave the unit there for as long as you want. So you can rapid ingress on turn 4, for example, do things like that.
You could have a pocket unit of commandos just chilling and then put it in reserve with your enhancement if you want, or the strat, either one. And then it doesn't have to come back.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It doesn't have to come back until
amazing.
you want it to come back. Do you want it to take their objective on turn 4? Sure. Rapid Ingress it then. Why not? Who cares?
Draw a card,
World's your oyster.
score a card.
Yeah, I think this army is going to have many squads of Stormboys, and that's good because they're battle line. Because they're battle line.
That's so cool.
And then you get to put them into Strat Reserves. You get to Hammer of Wrath with them. You get to throw grenades.
I'm
Like,
not gonna lie, if I played Orks, I'd play this. This is like a really fun Orc detachment for me.
I think this detachment's quite solid. The thing I like the most about it is that every unit in your army, limited by the number of characters you have, but every relevant unit in your army can all have stealth all at the same time.
Yeah, you've got war bosses, mechs, boss, Snickrot. That's like there's so many units that those can join. You can just have your army be affected by this.
Unlike other armies, where like if this were Votann, right? War boss would mean just the war boss model itself, and that's it. War boss in Orks isn't just the datasheet name of one datasheet. It is any of the bosses. So Beast Boss has the War Boss keyword. A War Boss has the War Boss keyword. A Beast Boss on Squigosaur has the War Boss keyword. There's a lot of ways, like there's a lot of uses you can get out of this.
Same with mech. They got the mech keyword going. Everybody's a mech these days.
That's right. And then you have Snickrot, who you're probably going to take.
There's only one Snickrot.
There's only one Snickrot. That one doesn't.
He in fact is Snickrot.
Yeah. But you have a lot of ability to issue tactics. And so you can give your units whatever the heck you want and stealth. And suddenly all of your dudes have stealth.
-1 to hit on the Orc army at range is really good.
Yeah. I mean, stealth army-wide was enough to make AdMech really annoying to deal with.
I really like all the small squads running around, going up and down, doing more than they should, just generally being annoying, scoring points. I feel like this army can score like close to 100 points in a game of Warhammer as a normal game. And that is really hard to beat in and of itself.
And it's got some good combined arms, right? You can take shock attack guns, one with Mech Captain. Obviously, that enhancement is really good. And then you can take more with Ludas, give +1 to hit, and shoot quite hard. It's not as hard as the Dread Mob, but you're also doing more things in this detachment than just that. So you can take that amount of shooting. You can also take like Beast Bosses in Beast Boy units. You can take, Beast Snaga bosses on Squigosaur and put them in the pig units. You can get them running in and taking stuff over. So there's a lot of ability to take some amount of melee, some amount of shooting, some amount of scoring, and combined arms, and then give it all stealth. And why not? Let's find out what goes on.
You can actually see exactly how Jack puts it all together right now in the War Room. There's a 50% off going on this month, Grotmas 2024. We are doing list videos for every single detachment in the War Room. So if you want to see a sample list and a brief rundown of how it plays, and then get a game with every single detachment as well, check that out. Then we do tons of other content focused on helping you learn the game, become your best. If you want to learn more on YouTube, you can subscribe right now. We're doing daily videos every single day of December while Grotmas is going on, reviewing the detachments. Like the video, leave a comment, let us know what you think. We can't do this content without you and all of your support for the channel. Thank you so much for watching, everybody.
All right. Bye-bye.